Okay, so what I hear is stop fighting. Stop fighting. And even more so, stop fighting it. And what it is is I'll speak in I statements. I've been fighting from becoming the person that I am meant to become versus the person who has existed for 47 years at this point. The person who has existed in order to, I don't even want to say bring light to a room because listen, we know what happens to those people if you light up a room. No, I'm just kidding. But even in that situation and circumstance where she uses humor to put people at ease, right? Despite her own discomfort, right? She downplays herself. She shrinks herself into spaces and places that she knows that she's long outgrown, and yet she continues to go revisit them and starts to slump her shoulders and drop her head in order to fill that space without overwhelming it. She's someone who dresses to not be seen. She's someone who downplays her intelligence in order to make other people feel more comfortable and confident about that of their own. She's someone from yesterday. And what God has been doing is been constantly pushing me and pushing me to evolve and ascend. And with every push I receive from him, I fight back because again, this is a part of who I was. That fight is it, it is crucial, or it was crucial to survive the art of manipulation within a certain situation in order to become that chameleon that fits into the place and space in order not to become a target or not to be victimized or all of those things. And what I feel within me is that God has been continuously pushing and pushing and pushing as an answer to our prayers, as an answer to my prayers, to turn me into the person that I was always meant to become, to allow him to use me and utilize me in a way that not only uplifts myself and my family and the people that live within my home, but those that surround me and come in contact with me, whether it be in person or online, or just saying something that's presented through a third, fourth, fifth, sixth party, right? Maybe a story that's told about a conversation. And I've mentioned in previous videos how I've been feeling so angry and almost like to a point of resentment. And I can't put my finger on where it's actually coming from. So I try to fill up that space with just all of these unfounded explanations that try to appease my spirit, and not even my spirit, try to appease my flesh. But what it is that God is saying it's time to evolve, it's time to ascend, it's time to truly start to step into not even the role, but the becoming of who we were actually born to be. That survival is from yesterday. We've changed our environment from where we were, that which required us to be a certain way, to be performative in a way, in order to be more palatable to the people that we were surrounded with. And now that that entire environment has shifted, we're still clinging on to the ways of old because that's all we knew and that's all we know. But then when we get into that quiet space, we realize that God has actually been evolving us and allowing us to obtain new wisdoms and new experience that are crucial to the person that we're meant to be. So instead of fighting, instead of constantly feeling the need to revert out of what I receive is like almost feeling unworthy, right? Start believing and receiving and representing what God says about you, what God says about me. It's going to be uncomfortable. Imposter syndrome is going to happen regardless. But the more you do, the more you can do. It's like going to the gym. I say this all the time because it's such a great analogy, metaphor, however you want to look at it. When you go to the gym for the first time, maybe you can't lift a single weight. Maybe it's just too much. When you try to do a rep, it just doesn't work out. You start shaking and all the things, right? But then the more you go, the more you can lift. And then you realize that that first weight that used to be so much and will make you shake is basically like a ball that you can toss in the air. And now you have to keep going up and up and up. And so as we continue to walk this healing journey, as we continue to ascend, as we continue to evolve and stay focused on kingdom building, we have to get into a space of acceptance and receipt in terms of who we are actually meant to become, not who we were. Times are shifting. The world is shifting. Our timelines are shifting. And it's time to play what I hear is almost like catch up to the things that we've suppressed from ourselves from moving into. What I see is like, I just hear stop shrinking. Stop shrinking. It's okay to make people uncomfortable because almost what I hear is like they'll feel unworthy in your presence, but it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's you being a walking, talking testimony, which will in turn trigger other people, and not in a negative way, but in a spiritual way, because that trigger, if they are in the place and space of healing and ascension and all of those things, then that trigger will also be something that helps them to ascend, not because of something that you say, not because of something that you do specifically for that purpose, but because of who you are, and even more importantly, whose you are. So from here forward, what I receive is walk into that space like your heavenly Father sent you, because he actually did. And this is the prayer that you have been trying to manifest, bring to fruition, every which way that we can say the same thing. But you're not going towards it. You're already living in it right now. But it's up to you to find that acceptance within yourself and find that worthiness within yourself to take a step forward and trust in the knowing, in your faith, that once you take that singular step forward, another step will appear. It's not exhausting. It's just you allowing yourself to become the person that you've always meant to be. But you know what I say? These are my moments. It's your life. You're strong. You're powerful. You get to decide. And that's it. Bye.